Heidi ho, good neighbors. What's going on? It is Phil Russert, and this is what episode 143, I believe. I never keep track. I'm lucky I know what I had for breakfast. But anyway, I'm Phil. This is Creatorcon Q&A. As you know, we have guests ranging from some of the best talent that you may not know about to the best talent that you do know about. Now, you may know our guest tonight. He's a really cool guy. He's been on before, and he's got his third book in this series going on. He also happens to have probably my favorite logo of all the indie publishers, companies going on out there. It's pretty cool. But anyway, he's a really nice guy. He's fun to talk to. I like what he's doing, and you will too. And you're going to prove it and show it by backing today. You got to support. We work very hard as indie creators, so please show us your support and some love. And saying goodnight. I say goodnight. Sorry, hang on, guys. Noses. I love you. Give me noses. Noses. Oh, you stink. Good night. I love you. Sleep well, sweet dreams. God bless. I hope so. Sorry about that. Anyway, they don't even care that I'm live anymore. It's just they come in and they take over. Hey, Raphael, what's going on? I see you have an ace up your sleeve. Very nice. Great pun. Anyway, without further ado, our guest tonight is Dwayne Robinson Jr., and he is owner of Ace, which is Animation Comics Entertainment. I think I screwed that up, but anyway, sorry, my daughter rattled me. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
It is, yes, Animation Comics and Entertainment. That's what I said. Okay,
Right.
good. I knew I had it right. Okay. Anyway, how the hell are you?
I'm all right, man. Another day. I'm alive. That's all I could hope for.
Hey, just give us a fighting chance. Another day to fight.
That's right. That's right.
Very cool. So, we had you on for book one. I don't know what happened for book two, but things have been crazy.
No, it was 1 and 2.
Oh, that's why. Okay, so, but I thought it was just one for some reason. But cool. All right. Well, we're glad to have you back.
Right.
So let's just get right into it. First of all, I really love that logo for Ace. Why don't you just give us a little bit about yourself and your formation of your company and things like that, and then we'll get into the book.
Yeah. So what's going on, everybody? My name is Dwayne Robinson Jr. I am the owner of Animation Comics and Entertainment LLC. Like my man Phil said, I'm also the artist and writer for my Kickstarter that is currently running right now. The Nightfall Michael's Awakening issues 1 through 3. I'm also the artist for my whole entire company, but I also have another series called Salvation that was written by my brother. The name Animation Comics and Entertainment is really just a play on me and my brother because, well, he's not my flesh brother, he's my childhood friend since high school. But he grew up more so on the comic aspect of, all the famous DC characters and Marvel, while I grew up watching the cartoons. So that was kind of the play on both of our names. And also, what we intend on doing in the near future is working on animation and still doing comics. And for our website, we also have video game reviews and movie reviews as well. So that's the entertainment aspect with some more things that we got coming down the pipe, but that's later down the line. Right now, we just really want to focus on expanding our comic book series and really help getting our names out there.
Very cool. When you get to the animation side of things heavily, talk to me. I need it. I need it.
Yeah,
I,
that's
I want to
actually
get it.
one of the stretch goals that we're hoping that we can hit is that we do have an animated short for Nightfall Michael's Awakening.
That's awesome. Yeah, and a lot of the promos that I see you doing on Facebook and everything, you do some really cool animation graphics and movement and things like that. And man, I'd love to be able to start doing stuff like that.
Yeah, keyframes is something that I went to school for. For a little bit, I did Flash animation, so I know a little bit. But I did have to hire some heavy hitters to help me along the way because when you don't do it for so long, you kind of forget certain things. So with the guys that have been professionally doing this, they help me and they help me brush up on stuff. But really, it's just about letting them do what they want, what they know how to do. I'm not gonna like try to be like, oh no, that's not how you're supposed to do it. I said, oh, I'm just here to learn, and I just pick your brain, and we work together, man. That's me.
To me, the key to indie publishing is to know your shortfalls and your shortcomings, and while you're working on getting better at them, make sure you put your ego away, and the people that do know what they're doing, let them do what they know how to do.
Right. Like even for me, like I'm not the colorist for my company. I'm the artist, but I'm not the colorist. And when my colorist comes in, I had a new colorist to do this new issue. I always let him get unbelievable free reign with his creativity when it comes to the colors. I never was like, oh, it should be this color or it should be that color. No. I look at what he says and I assess it and I go, okay, I see where you're going with that. Let's go with it. There's only small minor things that we tweaked when it came to the new colors that I was working with. And, I'm happy to say that we're going to continue to work with each other, hopefully,
So pick and choose your battles, I mean, if there's something that you're really adamant about, you want for a specific story reason or whatever, then okay, stick to your guns. But, if it works, right? There are some people, and it's usually the people that are really new at it that I see working with, because I represent artists and we get hired for jobs, and they nitpick and they think like you're supposed to get everything exactly that's in their brain. It's like, listen, then learn how to draw, buddy, because
right.
The artist is going to have a little of their interpretation. I mean, if there's certain camera angles you want, okay, but give us as many references as possible. But micromanaging artists, I don't think you get the best out of them.
Right. I never think that's a good idea. I've never really got the opportunity to draw for someone else just yet. I only did one recently for a guy named Danny J. Quick. I drew his character Ace Blade. But that's something that I'm kind of wanting to try to get into a little bit more. Maybe, help get my name out there as well, as being an artist. But, a lot of times I'm very busy. But, like I said, I really do want to try to help, other creators. And so I want to try to lend my creative aspects to other people's stuff.
Cool. By the way, will you be at Creatorcon? Because I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be at Creatorcon. I'll be downstairs instead of upstairs this year, though.
Oh, downstairs.
Yeah.
In Artist Alley, would you get a booth or?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a vendor booth instead of Artist Alley because of I thought I registered for it, but when I asked Seamus, he was like, "No, I didn't see it there," and I was like, "Oh, really?" So he was like, "Yeah, I still have the vendor booth from downstairs." So I was like, "All right, I'll try it," because it kind of worked out though because I was thinking about doing that this year anyway, just to see.
You get the traffic. I mean, everybody's down there, so.
Right. So because I know a lot of times when people. Some people, when they come up to me, they go, "Man, I didn't even know there was an upstairs," and I'm like, "What?" So like.
Well, it's a tough layout for an Artist Alley up there. I think, depending like last year where I was, you got a lot of traffic, but it was all the people going into the arcade, so they weren't buying my books; they were going to the arcade to play. So, hopefully, I get in a good spot this year. I don't know where the hell I'm going to be, but
yeah, because last year for me, I was on the other side, but I was near the bathroom. So, so I was like, I don't know if this is going to be a good one, but it kind of worked out though because a lot of people really weren't going to the bathroom.
That's where you hand out free water to everybody around. You have somebody hand out free water to all the patrons.
Yeah.
Then they drink it. They got to go to the bathroom.
Hand sanitizer.
And you stand there next to them and go, "Hey, on your way back out, or do you want reading material on your way in?"
Right. Oh man, but it worked out though, And so, but the cool thing about Seamus though, is that he's, if you kind of want to move your table and there might be an open slide, he's willing enough to change it for you and let you move around. So, he's a cool guy. But after that one, I'm going to Brooklyn Con, hopefully, and then after that one, I'm going to Terrificon, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, I'll be at Terrificon. I missed out on a table though. I got there too late. But I asked, left a message with Mitch if there's a dropout. Let me know. But I'll be there as a fan at least.
Yeah, this is gonna be my first. Excuse me. This is gonna be my first time actually going. I'm excited. I've been wanting to go for a long time.
I did really well at Terrificon last year.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me.
Really well. It was the best show. And it made up for the horrible show I had at Heroes Con. So it was really good, and I'm disappointed that I didn't get in this year. But things happen for a reason. We do what we do. Let me tell you something. Terrificon, it was such a good show too that the year before I walked around and I sold issues and I made I made a lot of money just selling issues, walking around.
That's even better when you can just walk around and don't have to pay full price.
Yeah, I'm not recommending. I didn't plan on doing it. I just had a bunch of books that I was going to bring to some vendors and stuff. But people would be like, "Oh, what's that?" And so I would show them, and they're like, "Oh, let me pick that up." I'm like, "Oh, crap, okay." And then next thing I know, I sold quite a few. But anyway, but it's not about me. It's about you, and it's about Michael. So, Nightfall, Michael's Awakening 3. In order to save his family, Michael must take on the mysterious Lucian. Who will he succeed? So, we're going to play the trailer, but before we do, if you want to give us a little lead-in.
Yeah, sure. So in issue 3, it basically really takes off right from where it's like I'm repeating what he's about to say in the video. But it basically really is that. It takes off right where issue 2 left off, where the mysterious Lucianaire, the guy with the mask and the sword, captured Michael's mother and his sister, the two women that you see there on the top right. And Michael has to go to basically fight Lucian to get them back. And when he reveals who he is, it changes everything in the story. I can't say that so many times because it really does, because it changes the whole dynamic of all of the characters that you thought you knew and all of their personal backgrounds. Because in the Nightfall story, Michael is really the one that is unknown to this new universe that is this world of supernatural characters. He didn't even know that he was a werewolf until his birthday, and his mom told him, because his mother had always wanted to give him the option and the choice to go into the life that he is supposed to have. You know what I mean? So she never really told him that when he was younger that, oh, you're a werewolf or anything like that. So when she told him, he kind of had, these mixed ideas and really didn't want to believe her. And so in the issues before 3, it's really him trying to understand this new lifestyle of being this legacy line of Lycans. And he's really trying to understand it. And just when he thinks he has a good understanding, he's getting better at all of these aspects, this happens, and it throws him in a whole new dynamic of what's going on.
Very cool. So let's get to the trailer and see what you're talking about.
Okay, this is Dwayne Robinson Jr. and the sure, and I'm all Michael's Awakening. In this video, we'll be talking about issue 3. But to get the backstory on what's going on, please head to our story section where we talk more about issues 1 and 2. Please enjoy the video.
Right from the beginning, Michael and Vivian are still shocked that someone was able to take Diana and Victoria away so quickly. And they both take it very hard, Vivian more than Michael, because she is the protector of the family and feels that she let them down. Together, they formulate a plan, ready to get their family back. When Michael finally arrives, meeting Lucian for the first time, seeing his family all tied up, Michael becomes enraged and he rushes out to attack Lucian without any thought. But Michael will soon understand that Lucian is not someone that can be taken down easily. Now that Michael is forced to stop and heal from his wounds, Lucian reveals who he is and changes everything. Who is Lucian? Is he here just to follow the demands of his father? Or is this personal? Find out in Nightfall, Michael's Awakening 3.
Very cool. Nice.
Thank you, man.
Like the animation at the end.
Yeah.
So
I always try
we're
to
gonna
see
leave it
that
on here
forward.
because we're gonna leave it on here because as pretty as we are, we want to show the campaign. DM Ray, what's going on? How are you? Thanks for coming out. Thanks, Raphael, for dropping the link. So you're 72% funded with 22 days to go. Fantastic. Um, we want to see some pledges, guys. Let's show some love. Let's get him to that goal. He's very close. So can we help out? Don't make me toilet paper
Absolutely.
your house. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So we got the introduction and everything, and we're gonna go through. If you wanna, you recapped issues 1 and 2, and you got into hinting at 3. It's kind of tough because when you're new with a series, it's hard to promote because you can't give away key plot points of the story.
Right.
At the same time, you have to have something, some meat, something to attract people, right? And
Hmm.
that's always the hard balance when you've got a new book out.
Right.
Um, so it's tough. But let's look at some of the covers that you got going on. And the artwork, as good as the artwork was in the first 2, I think it stepped up in this book even more. Like you could see progression going on, which is
Absolutely.
wonderful.
Yeah, there was a lot of ideas that I really wanted to kind of flourish, and one of the things that I always tried to keep with the story was the actual scratches or tears that you see there, the 3 there, because that was something that I kind of wanted to do that I was starting to do in issue 2, but a lot of people didn't really catch on to it. But I still decided to do it, but just add the number 3 so people won't get confused.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, it really just tells you everything that's going on in the issue. When you see the top there, you got on the top left, you see Diana, Michael's mom, then Victoria, his sister, and then the actual epic confrontation between Michael Vash and Lucian. And then you have the strongest character in the Nightfall series, Michael's aunt,
Yeah.
Vivian Vash, with her sword and her enchanted sword. And it's just, overall, it's just Michael going through this another crazy journey that he has to really understand. And that's why his face is there too. With the moon always there, you always got to have the moon for a Nightfall picture.
And you're the artist of this cover.
Yes, I'm the artist. I'm the artist of everything. Just my new colorist really helped me flourish the colors and make it more vibrant. This is
Yeah,
our variant
you're
cover.
really helping me kick ass.
This color is one I did myself. I did the
Oh, nice.
background and I did the writing, of course, for the title, I should say. And then the second one, because I was really kind of like fighting it and trying to discuss it with my brother, which one looks better. So I did the blue one here, and then the original that we did was the second one that you see down and below. But I decided, let's just give people the option themselves which ones they would like, instead of just being like, oh no, this is our original one. Let's just give them the option.
Sure,
So
I've done that before because you don't know which one you like better, and you're like, hey,
right,
you don't have to pick. Don't pick. Let them pick.
exactly.
Hey, Charles.
That
Very
was one of the
cool.
things that I really wanted to do. Is I wanted to make sure that with everything, when it comes down to the variant covers, to the rewards, I wanted to really make sure that you can really go away feeling like you got everything that you wanted. And if it wasn't in the rewards themselves, you can always get it in the add-ons.
Very cool.
Pick and choose. So here's what I was talking about with the slashes and tears.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, when I go to conventions, people are always confused or asking me, "Is this issue 1 or is this issue 2?" And I always tell them, "No, that's issue 2. The scratches there means 2." And then they go, "Oh, okay, I get it. It's cool." So I wanted to continue that with issue 3, and that's why I have the 3 tiers there. So it's always going to be an issue where there's going to be some scratches and tears. I mean, I'm not going to do it when it's like issue 10 because that would be crazy. But for
Well,
the
why
time
not? Shoot
being,
both hands.
yeah, so the time being, I'm just gonna keep it running until I can, figure out something else. But this is the original cover. But the one that you just seen was actually the variant cover of issue 2. This one is Michael there on the top in his lichen form with
Yeah, I like this cover. It's got an edginess to it. I like it a lot.
yeah. Everybody always really kind of clings to this one. It's really a good eye popper. And yeah, this one was something that I went through a lot of different designs because this was issue 1, and I really wanted it to stand out and people really like, oh, what is this? This is really interesting. I went through so many different designs, and when I finally saw this one to me just seemed like it would be so good. It meant so much to me, personally. So yeah, I definitely.
Well, I like the gritty. I like the gritty style.
Right, right. I was going
It
for like a
matches.
dark kind of, like almost like a underworld type of like look to
Yeah.
it, where he's kind of looking, and you don't know what that the wolf really entails. If he's like a wolf man, or if he's wolf hunter or anything like that. It's up to you to really kind of want to get the book and ask questions, and that's what I was hoping for.
And this is good. You do a nice little like character study, short bios to show people what they're getting into.
Right, because there's so many other characters that we're going to be introducing into the series. So I want people to at least be caught up with 1 through 3 and all of the characters that they see so far. And the cool thing about this story is that some characters, they might change their personalities and the way how their story is told. So it's good to know it from now and then see how their characters might change later into the series.
Well, people change over natural growth, right, with experience.
Right.
DM Ray was asking if the scratches will evolve into Roman numerals eventually.
No Roman numerals. It's just the scratches representing the issue that it's going to be. And that's just a little homage to old school horror stories and things of that nature.
And did you do the character designs yourself, or did somebody else do them?
Nope, I did it all. It's all me.
Very cool. Very nice. What were your influences? Like, what are your pop culture influences?
I always try to figure out something, because I see a lot of Kickstarters. They always say, this is similar to, something that some people might know to help them get a better understanding of the story. For me, I guess I could say, it's similar to maybe Underworld, or I don't know, maybe Teen Wolf, the new one. But these like, only one I really know is Underworld when it comes to
Right.
the story aspect. But I feel like the characters and the things that go on truly within the story is something like I can't really put it into like a pop culture reference. You know what I mean? Because there's so many different things that kind of wouldn't really compare to it, which always makes it kind of difficult. So
Right.
I just explained it that this is just a new story that you guys should check out. About a guy who thought he had a normal life, and that's where you could say the Teen Wolf's part comes in. But that's really the only comparison, is that he was an athlete. He was a college quarterback, when his mom told him the truth that what lies within him, and then everything changed. But it's not too many comparisons when it comes to pop culture. I will tell you though that what helped me get the idea or help flesh it out a little bit better was Twilight.
Really?
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like Twilight, and honestly, I'm definitely one of them, because when I saw the movie, I like the aspect of having these supernatural characters, but kind of having like a love story within the action as well. So I thought I could do something like that, but I wanted to have my own interpretation, my own twist, my own everything. So that kind of really helped build the fire to the Nightfall story, was watching that and saying to myself, I think I can do something like this, but I can do it better, and in my own way. You know what I mean? So that's really where the idea really came from. But to go back to the pages, you can see the difference in the art style and really just the colors. Honestly, the colors is what really helped pop it out this issue. I can't thank my new colorist enough, Annie Gioche, for helping me.
Yeah, I mean, man, having the right colorist, you could have fantastic pencils, but if the colorist doesn't do their job,
Yeah.
it's like the letterer. A good letterer will get no credit, but a bad letterer will show you how bad you could screw up a book just by lettering it poorly.
Right. Same thing with an editor. Same thing with an editor. You
Right.
have everything, and then you're
Well, I wouldn't
reading,
know because I'm such a great editor.
and you're just like, this doesn't go here. This doesn't belong here. This is not grammatically correct.
Art of Will Pladen, how you doing? The man from down under. He said, "Good morning, everyone. Very nice sequentials."
Thank you. I appreciate it. So each page that I'm actually showing you is actually something that's going on that pertains to the story. So in the first three, there is basically the first couple pages of issue three. Um, basically showing you what happens after Lucian captures Michael's mom and his sister, and then in issues two, it's really showing the introductions of other characters such as the main villain Lucius Vash and Lucian himself, and then there's another character. If you can scroll up really quick, there's another character that actually is introduced to. His name is Dakin, and he's the guy right there on the top right behind Lucian. As you on the I'm sorry, left, right there in the back. Yeah, his name is Dakin, and he is the warlock for the big bad Lucian Vash, who's actually Michael Vash's grandfather. The story really basically is built all around the Vash family. And just to give everybody a little hint on my personality, the character, the name Vash was from a character from an anime called Trigun, and his name is Vash the Stampede, and that's one of my favorite animes. So I wanted to show a little bit of personality and add that, so I gave them their last name as his first name.
Now, writers write from what they know. Are any of these characters a little bit of you, or a little bit of family members, or?
I would definitely say that the women are definitely characters of my family, because I grew up with my mother and my aunts and my great aunts, and they all were very influential to me growing up. You know what I mean? So I definitely wanted to showcase strong female characters that weren't just in the background, that they had something to say, and they weren't damsels in distress or anything like that.
Right.
You know, they can stand on their own 2 feet and they can get down if they need to, and that was something that was really important to me. So for sure,
Now,
those
let me
characters.
ask you, movies and cartoons and shows and everything lately have gone so far the other way to overcompensate that they've made women the focal point to where they kind of make men look like fools, bumbling idiots,
Right.
sidekicks, and the women are infallible.
Hmm.
How do you balance writing a strong woman? I mean, what's your idea of strength? Do you give them flaws that they overcome, and things like that? What is your take on how to write a strong woman?
Right. So for me, because there are three females in the story, they all have their negatives and they all have their positives. So we'll start with his mother. His mother is the very important part character to his as a growth for him, not just as him growing up, of course, because that's his mother, but also teaching him and helping him understand these abilities as they were starting to train, and showing him certain things that he might think he can get over on because it is his mother, and still showing him like, hey, I'm your mother, you know what I mean? So she's very intelligent in so many different ways. You really get to see all of those things really more fleshed out in the prequel that's coming up after this series. But yeah, so there's a lot of negatives and positives to her. But I would definitely say one of the characters that you can really see a lot of the negatives and positives in this series is Vivian Vash. She is the strongest character without a doubt, but she has a lot of flaws and she makes mistakes. But she's respectful enough and earnest enough to say, okay, I made a mistake, but I'm willing to change and be better for it and get better from learning from my mistakes. And I think that's something that, you can show with any character or any type of gender, is that you're strong enough to say, all right, I made a mistake. Now let's move forward. And so I can become better for it. And I think that's an important thing to show for anyone.
I agree. Any hero, their strength is not that they don't have flaws; it's that despite their flaws, they overcome them.
Right.
Exactly.
And
Awesome.
Michael has always been, like I said, he's the college quarterback. He was the star player for his college team. But again, he's another character that has tremendous flaws. He's at times can be very brash because he's still very young, even though he's in college. College kids are still young, still making mistakes, and he makes mistakes all the time. But the main thing that keeps him showing his strength is that, his main thing is that he wants to make sure that he's able to protect himself and his family from any type of wrongdoing, whether it be normal people or people that are half breeds. That half breeds are basically werewolves that can only turn during a full moon. With his family, because he has a legacy line, he can turn at any point or any time during the day.
I like that. Very cool.
So here, as I was saying, every page has a meaning that I'm showing you. So those 2 pages that you see in black and white are him just, him being a football player and just really introducing some of the characters. This page here introduces his girlfriend, Melissa, and you also see Victoria there on the top right, looking at them too.
Now, for those who don't know, is book 1 in black and white? Does it gradually turn
Right. So
to
I was about to
color?
get into that, right into the next page. So as you can see, there's no colors. It slowly goes into color later within the story. So as you're reading it, you'll get a better understanding on why it slowly goes into color. But you can kind of get a little bit of a hint there in this page here, or maybe one of the reasons. But for me, it's a deeper reason for me. My main reason is because the world that Michael sees is normal, sort of like mundane. So when you think of things that might be mundane or normal, you think of just plain black and white. So when his mother tells him the truth about what lies within him, that's something that will change your life for the better or for the worse, regardless, but it will change your life, especially if it actually comes true. So that's where the hint of color comes in, because his life is suddenly going to change further on throughout the series. So that's why the color comes in.
Very cool. So you've got reviews here from people, just letting everybody know what you think.
Right. Yeah. These are
And
all reviews on my website.
should
People
go
that
definitely
subscribe.
check those out. I always say I don't think a lot of people follow your books and they really like them and they're kind enough to tell us, but talk about them more. Let's create a buzz. Let's get out
Right.
there and let everybody know. Oh, dude, you got to check out this book. And uh, when people invest in it like that and they really enjoy it and they talk about it, that helps create a buzz and an interest.
Yeah, and for me, because as being a new creator, you have a story, and everybody thinks that their story is great. You know what I mean?
Right.
But when you have someone outside of your family or outside of your collective circle come up to you and tell you, "Man, I enjoyed this story because of this," or "I thought this story was great because of that," that gives you more confidence to continue the story and know that what you're doing is always gonna, you're gonna always want to perfect it and be better at it. But at least what you have, you can build upon. You know what I mean?
Well, the difference too is, and I mean this sincerely, not as any like ploy, but when you deal with indie creators, it is strictly done out of passion and love. Now, does every story hit? No. Some people, unfortunately, they're not great writers or the art isn't great or whatever, which is not the case here. But at least it's always out of passion and love for the characters that they're creating in the story. There's no corporate gimmick. There's no bottom line. Just trying to sell. You know what I mean? It's an actual passion and love. We do this not because we're making money. you know, this I always like this one. This is a good. This is nice print. This is nice.
Yeah, well, the first one is my favorite drawing I've ever done, but this one here is definitely a close second. I love the first one simply because it's titled "The Evolution of Michael Vash," because it starts in the bottom with him, and the bottom and the left side there with him really being the normal college quarterback. And then it
Right.
slowly goes into where his mom tells him the truth about what lies within him, and he turned it into the Wolfman form. Because everybody, when you turn into your first lichen form, you turn into your Wolfman form, and then you have to tap into some type of emotion to really tap into your lichen form. So that's really the evolution of Michael right then and there, telling the whole story of how his journey becomes to where he is. Um, so this was my favorite, but this here was my second because this also tells the story of the character as well, because it shows her fancy sword that everybody loves, which is enchanted, That's why you see the little black scriptures there in between the sword.
Yeah.
Is it's enchanted, so when she can actually tap into elemental abilities when she uses her weapon. And it also shows her eyes, because her eyes, it tells the story of who she is, because she's the only character in the whole entire story that doesn't that can't turn into her lichen form, because of the fact that when she first turned, there's a certain select few people that it's very super rare that can happen, where if you turn, your abilities turn inward. So instead of like her turning into her true lichen form, all of her abilities are always with her in her human form. So that's why her eyes are like that. Is because her eyes changed and always represent that ability. This one here was really cool. I saw this idea when I was watching Moon Knight. There was a poster with Moon Knight with him kind of like it is like this, and I thought, man, that would kind of be cool, like a slow transition of showing Michael into his lichen form. You know what I mean? Kind of like up close and personal with just showing the headshot. And I thought that would be really cool to do, and I did it. This one here, everybody really likes the slow transformation of a character. So this is kind of Michael slowly turning into his light form with his hands there and his teeth.
Very cool.
And you got to have a poster with the big bad, of course.
Right.
So this is the bad guy of issue 3, the mysterious Lucian, and his flame sword. And then this one, what I do for every Kickstarter is I always try to kind of have like a Kickstarter exclusive. So this here is basically our exclusive poster, where it has both of our comic book series in one poster. So on the right there, you see Vaughn from our Salvation series, and he's chopping down some demons from his series. And then you see Michael fighting 2 half-breeds. And of course, you see the moon there, because like I said before, the half-breeds can only turn into their werewolf form during a full moon. And it's just them 2 together fighting. And that's always something that I always want to kind of include, is them 2 together, showcasing not just my Nightfall series, but our company as a whole.
Now, is this the same universe, these books, though?
No, there's no universe. That's one of the things that we've been kind of contemplating and seeing. Maybe we should do like a quick one shot with maybe Vaughn coming into the world of Nightfall and seeing how things can get crazy with that. But no, there's no side universe. And we have some of the awards here. Yeah, so I mean, why could you not back it? We start at $3, which you don't really see too many Kickstarters really start out with $3. So
I know.
we wanted to make it kind of accessible for everybody. When people say they don't have any money, okay, well, you can just back $3, man. We'll appreciate it. And the good thing about Kickstarter is that the money is never taken from you instantly. If the Kickstarter is successful, that then and there is when they'll take their money. So you always have all the time in the world to either start out with $5 and then maybe decide to go into a little heavier into the other tiers.
It's a $5 book, guys.
We also wanted to give everybody the opportunity to have the catch up with just maybe 1 and 2, So maybe they will want to pick up 3 on our website. So we give you that option. But then if you just want to say, hey, man, I'm ready to get all 3, you can get all 3 there as a PDF, and you get to choose between 2 of our 6 posters, and we give it to you as a PDF. Or if you want the physical copies, we have it for a little bit more, $20, and you get all the physical copies and 2 posters of your choice. Nice. But this here, the Indie Comic Collection, is something very special to me, because I feel like you feel what you do with the Creatorcon here Q&A. You give everybody the opportunity to showcase their stuff, whether they're known or not. And this is
something. Terry, Intelligent Comics. Yeah, man, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a few people that people might know, and then maybe some that you don't. One of my friends, Avery Zola, and his Scheme Wolf Comics and his Murder Man Dealer of Death, is a story that I really enjoyed, and we've been friends for a long time. And he really helped me when it came to really just the publishing and really starting out your own company. So I had to have him on there, and then I have Vernell Young with his Delta Dog series. I believe he's on issue 15 right now. So you
Oh,
get a
wow.
little taste with issues one right there. And then, I have Juan Espinoza and his comedy because I didn't want to have everything too serious. So I wanted to lighten the mood a little bit. So I have his
Right.
comic book, which is a comedy. Then I have Sean Terry and his 21 AD, which is a great story. Then I have my brother's story in there as well, the Salvation series, issues 0 and 1. And then I have my friend Brian from Wingless Comics, who's doing a great job with his company. And he was able to lend me his Justice series, which is his flagship series. And then he also has kind of like a Thai universe series called Nightfall, which is the funny because my
Yeah.
story is also called Nightfall as well. So we have different things for everybody.
Very cool.
And then this tier here is basically for everybody that just couldn't really decide on which poster to get. You get all 6 for $30. Now, when we go to conventions or we sell our posters wholesale, we sell our posters for $10. So you're getting 6 posters that usually would charge $10 each, and it's only $30. So that's a great, great, great deal that you have there.
All the prices on this campaign are great.
Yes, that's one of the things that makes the Kickstarter super special when we do it because usually if you would go to our website and try to get any of these things, you would have to pay a pretty penny because we have to be charged for shipping and the handling and the processing because we do all of that ourselves. So we
Right.
charge $5 and $10 for all of the stuff that we do. And then here we have our t-shirts, our regular t-shirts, basically regular t-shirts are, the ones that you see in the stores where it covers only a select portion of the shirt. So you get 4 t-shirts, you get the Nightfall Michael's Awakening hat in your choice of colors. When you scroll down, you'll see all the colors that we have available. And then you have the issues 1 and 3. Now here in the Vash family one, this one is a little bit more pricey because this one is our all over print t-shirts. All over print t-shirts are t-shirts that cover the entirety of the shirt. And
Nice.
they're a little bit more money to process and print. So that's why we
Sure.
always charge a little bit more. So that's why it's $200. But you get all of the t-shirts, you get all of the Nightfall Michael's Awakening series, all 6 posters, the Nightfall Michael's Awakening hat. So you get a lot for a little. Really.
Nice. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Man, t-shirts today, even the skimpiest ones are $30.
right.
That would
So
be $120 just for
to
those
put a
4
perspective
t-shirts
on
right
it,
there.
yeah, so to put a perspective on it, the all over print t-shirts that we sell, we have to sell them for $40. So just you have 4 t-shirts there, $40. That's
160.
almost around the price that this
Yeah.
starter's
And you
choice
got
is.
a hat. The hats are caps are $50. I mean,
Exactly. So
yeah.
then we have the last but not least Kickstarter reward tier. Always bet on Ace. You get everything that we have for our company. You get both issues of Salvation physically signed by us, and then you also get all of the issues 1 and 3 of Nightfall. Both T-shirts, all over print T-shirts. The hat in your choice of colors, and posters as well. If I didn't say that already, so all that for just another extra $100. You're getting away with murder because usually that would be $600. So that's half
Very,
of
very
what
nice.
we would charge regularly. So these are the regular T-shirts here. As you see, it only covers just the chest part or just the front part of
Right.
the shirt. But then when you scroll down, you see the difference in all over print T-shirts, where it's a lot bigger. It shows more
Nice.
of the shirt, as you can see in all of them. Now, my
Sure.
favorite here is kind of a tie between the Michael shirt with him kind of with the werewolf, that one there, and then the Vivian Vash one is just really cool. I love that shirt.
Yeah. They're all nice.
So yeah, so that's basically showing
And you
everybody
get
the
the cap.
difference of all over
Oh,
print
cool. You get to
t-shirts
do
and
the
regular
camouflage.
t-shirts. And then we have our hat tier, which come in different colors. So when you choose either tier with that includes the hat, we'll ask you which color you like, and you have those choices there. And we give you a few choices. I believe it's 6 choices you can choose from. My favorite is the camouflage and the black and gray.
Yeah, I was surprised you could do camouflage. That's cool.
Yeah, I love that
And
camouflage.
then there's your thank you. I like your logo a lot.
Yeah, thank you. The one that we had, we always wanted to incorporate the ace because it's really just a play on words, you know what I mean? Being that our company is called Animation, Comics, and Entertainment. So the ace is always there, but, some people call us ace to make it more understandable, but we prefer ACE. But either one is fine, so that's what the logo is. And, we have
And let me
to
ask you,
shout out Comic Wellspring as well.
do they give you any discounts for doing this? Or you just shout them out?
Yeah, they give
Because I
us
use them too.
Yeah, they give us 10%, I believe, when we use their
Oh, I
we
didn't
put
know
them
that.
on our page.
Nice. Very cool. So let's toil this here. Yeah, come on, people. Let's get them there. Let's back. Let's show some love.
Yeah, because we also
Very
have our
cool.
stretch
Now,
goals.
is this going to be?
Well,
Yeah. Did we see those on here?
what'd you say? You're breaking up.
Yeah. Did we miss them? Graphics.
Hello?
Did you forget to put them on?
Hello?
Can you
Can't
hear
hear
me?
me? Now I can hear you.
Yeah. I was saying there's no stretch goal graphics on the page here.
Right, yeah, because that was one of the things that, I wanted to just focus on trying to get to where we were at to, get their funding first. But some of the stretch goals that we have is we have our holographic stickers that we are going to give people. You get 3. You have the Vaughn one here, as you can see it. Can you see me?
Very cool. Hang on.
And then you
Let
have
me get.
the Michael Vash and Vaughn one right there.
Nice.
And then you have this one, which is all of our characters together, and it says "Welcome to Ace" on it. And we give you a bookmark as well. And then the next stretch goal is that we give holochrome covers for all of our
Nice.
issues. So you have issue 1 here, you'll have issue 2, the variant 1 in holochrome, and then you'll have issue 3, the new version, the original cover for Nightfall, Michael's Awakening issue 3. All 3 will be holochrome covers, and that will be our next stretch goal. And then our last stretch goal is that we're going to showcase a wraparound cover this is the first time we've ever done this. So I did a wraparound cover with slowly showing a transformation of Michael Vash turning into
Cool.
his Lycan form.
Very
And
nice.
that's going to be the wraparound cover. So yeah, these were things that I wanted to, really show. I thought we were going to be able to show this quick, fast, and in a hurry. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? But so things have slowed down a little bit, but hopefully we can get funded and we can start showing off these stretch goals because these are things that I'm super excited about. And of course, last but not least, the last stretch goal that I have is that we are going to show everybody a quick, short animated video of Nightfall, Michael's Awakening, which is it's almost done. So I can't wait. I'm hoping that we can get to this stretch goal so we can start showing more of our animation side. Because if we can get to it, I'm super excited about the future when it comes to that as well.
Very cool. Very cool. So let me ask you: is this a limited series? Is it a finite series? Is it ongoing?
No, it's definitely ongoing because, as I said before, we're gonna have
How-
this series here, the Michael's Awakening series, and then we're gonna backtrack and talk about the prequel, where it talks about Michael's mom, it talks about his aunt, it talks about their father and the main villain in this series, Lucius Vash, and how he became where he is now. So it really sets the tone of basically a lot of questions that you might have when you're reading the story on these characters, because when this, in the issue one, it really kind of you're already in the middle of what's going on. It's not really like an introduction to every character. So
Right.
that's where the prequel really helps bring more together, and why they're at this town, why are they running from Lucius Vash, all of these questions that you might have. So that's what's going to be answered in the prequel. And after that, it's going to continue from where Michael left off.
Hey, Chris. So, when you're done with Michael's Awakening part of the story, will you do it in a collected trade, a collected volume before you move on to the
Yeah,
next?
I'm definitely gonna do. I'm gonna do after I do issue 5. I'm gonna do a volume 1, and then from there, I'm gonna continue doing singles issues and then do another volume. So it
Have you
basically
thought
go
of
by fives.
Have you thought of doing one shots, like based on characters in the book and like veering off, or any
Yeah,
spin-off
there
series?
actually is going to be a spinoff with Victoria. That was good. That was good. So you see, you're a good one. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a spinoff of Victoria, and really get to dive deep on her family legacy and where she is truly. Because Victoria, as the story, as people will read in the story, she actually is the one responsible that put her family, I should say, put a spell on everyone in the entire world. Because there was a time in the world where werewolves and vampires and humans all lived and they all knew about each other, but they started to see the growth in humans. So everybody had like a collective meeting and decided that, okay, we should kind of like stay away from the humans, let them build and grow by themselves, while we can still live in this kind of like a visible world where it's only can be seen. Is it so? For instance, if I have a werewolf or I'm a vampire, the only way the spell will be broken is if I show you my true form. So basically, but Victoria, her family is the ones that were responsible that made this spell on the world. So that's where her powerful legacy is, and her all of her abilities is really comes from her ring. She has a ancestral ring that basically gives her information from all of her family's legacy inside of her ring. So she's like way smarter and way stronger because of it. So it basically dives deeper into that character and who she is and who she will become.
So this has magic and mysticism and supernatural elements besides just, it's not just monsters, so to speak. It
Right,
really
right,
delves into a lot more deeper things than that. It sounds like it goes deep into family ties and familial connections and history, which I think is awesome and interesting. And that's the stuff
family is
that,
very important to me, and I feel like family is a great thing because not everybody has everybody has the good people and the bad people, the black sheeps and everything, and that's what this story is really about. It's showing that there's no perfect family. There's people that have their flaws, but we all love each other and we respect each other, and when things get rough, it's time to fight. I kind of joke with some of my friends, and I don't know if you ever watched Married with Children.
oh, of course,
Okay, so you remember the times when they used to fight other families,
they
and
stuck
because
together and they,
Al
yeah.
and his family, they were misfits. Everybody had their own personality, but when things got rough and they challenged the family, oh, they all gonna go in. Then that's pretty much what Vash and his family is. Like they have people in there that's like, oh man, this guy or this person, you know what I mean?
Well,
But
it's the
things
old
get
adage. Look, I can mess with my brother, but you can't touch him.
right, exactly, exactly, and that's pretty much what the Vash family is to a certain part. And so that's kind of what I wanted to really show in this Nightfall series. But in between these series, we also have our other stories that we want to work on. The next comic book series that we're going to be touching on is actually a comedy, which is called Brook City. Which is I'm excited about this because one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to tackle every genre if possible. That way we can show that, we're not typecast of just, oh, those are the werewolf guys or those are the horror guys. I never wanted to be put in a certain stereotype. I wanted to show that we can do anything, or at least try. Whether we fail or succeed, at least we can say we tried, And Brook City is basically about me and my brother, Terrence Young. We're called Showtime, which is me, and then my brother Tay Diggs. And it's basically if you put Family Guy and the Boondocks, they had like a love child. That's pretty much what Brook City is. It's just an over the top comedy where you're just having a ball learning about so many pop culture references in our day, at least. And it's just a wild ride, and I can't wait to show everybody. And then after that, we go back into the serious stuff called with a story called Immortal, which is about the main character David Morris, who develops the ability to become immortal. And it basically asks the question, what are the negatives to being able to live immortal or be able not to die? A lot of people think that this might be really cool, but you got to also take in consideration that, you may not be able to die, but your family, your wife, your kids,
think about it.
Family that you ever known, they all pass away, and you have to
think about it. You outlive your pets, and look how devastated you are when your pets die. Now imagine that's your wife, your children. You're gonna outlive your kids and your grandkids and your great grandkids. It's crazy.
And on top of that, because he helped save the world during an alien invasion, he also deals with PTSD. So imagine that you have all these things, including PTSD, and maybe even depression because you're not able to die and you're seeing so many people. So he has to deal with that. So that's what that story tackles. But also it tackles what are the things that people have to deal with being a celebrity.
Right.
Because this man is the number one celebrity in the world because he literally saved the world. So he always has to keep on, a positive kind of outlook on the outside, but in the inside, he's really just dying inside. So that's what that story truly is about.
That's interesting. And, I love when people delve into the human aspect of things, how we feel deep down. That's what's really interesting at the core. Look, I love action scenes, but when you can write a character that you can relate to, you want characters that you can feel their triumphs and their successes and their victories and cheer with them like Rocky. Right. But you also want the when they're down, you like, I get it. I feel that. I get that.
Exactly.
And it makes those victories, even if they're few and far between, that more savory, that more special, and that more triumphant and emotional for you,
Yeah. This was something that, I really wanted to really tug on people's emotions and, really feel like you're feeling this character's rise and fall and just his overall journey that he's going through within this issue. It's actually a one shot, I'm sorry. And, I really want people to really understand it and really enjoy the journey that he goes through. While also showing this new futuristic world that he lives in as well. So it's sort of like think of like maybe Blade Runner type of world, the way how the world looks,
Okay.
So it's definitely got a nice little vibe to it, and I'm excited about it.
I always forget how old you are looking at you because you look like you're 27 years old. And when you're making references to Married with Children and stuff, I'm like, what does this man know about marriage?
Right.
That's right.
You know what it is?
He's drinking out of the fountain of youth. I forgot.
That's right. I'm going to tell you a secret. You know the story Immortal? It's probably.
Pour me a glass, brother. I'm turning all gray here. Pour me a glass. Look, I think it's fantastic that you have all this going on and creativity and the different ideas. It's important. The world needs creative minds and they need escapism. I like that you write stories that aren't pontification. They're not soapboxes. They're not preaching anything. You're just trying to entertain through human characters that you can relate to, and action and sci-fi and horror and mysticism and all the things that we love. And I wish you the best of success and keep pushing forward. I'll be back in the project, and I want to see you succeed, and I will see you at Creatorcon.
Yeah, Creatorcon.
Very cool. So before we go, give that one last pitch as far as Nightfall, Michael's Awakening.
Right. So if you're a fan of werewolves or any type of supernatural characters, you like stories that have great action, drama, mystery, surprise twists, the Nightfall Michael's Awakening issues 1 through 3 is something that Kickstarter that's just something that you should definitely check out. Like I said, it has the great artwork, but it also has a great story about family and the ins and outs about all of them, with showing strong female characters along with interesting villains and a unique main character, as in Michael Vash.
Man, that lined up perfectly. Just as you said, main character Michael Vash, we rolled right up to this. That couldn't have worked more perfect. That's
Right.
great. Yeah, man, I'm happy for you. You're doing a wonderful job on the art chores, the writing chores, and you're a good guy, and I'm rooting for you. And I want to see people back this, even if you watch this show later, maybe you didn't get it live. Support indie creators. We bleed this stuff, man. We bleed it. We cry it. We poop it. We sleep it. We eat it. We breathe it.
Right.
It's a friend of mine,
It's
Pete
our
Vasquez.
babies.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Pete Vasquez, had once said about the conventions I run, it is not a cash grab, it is a passion play.
Right.
And what better thing to support than a passion play? Because we're doing it for love, not for money. Not that the money's a bad thing. We need your money to keep doing it for love, but we don't get rich off of this. Kickstarter takes its percentage, printing costs, shipping is part of this money, guys. So, you walk away sometimes losing money on the book or breaking even or maybe making just a few bucks, but you still got to do the next book. So let's show some love to indie creators like Dwayne. Let's show some love to Michael Vash so he doesn't come tear your throat out. And let's really support passionate projects and creators that want to give you new entertainment. And even if they're using older tropes, they're writing it in newer ways. So what's the big deal for $5 to give something a shot? It's $5. You waste more on cigarettes and alcohol and porn. Strip clubs. So come on, guys and gals, $5. Give it a sample size try. You might just like it. You might just say, hey, you know what? This is something to look forward to again. If you've lost a spark for reading comics because you don't like where it's going, try the indie route.
Right.
You might get that spark again.
Yeah. And don't forget also, if you don't want to really try my comics, we also have the indie comics collection where you can try other people's comics as well. So, if you don't want to support mine, you can always support others.
To it and roll through. There you go. Indie Comics Collection. It's only $25. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 books. $25 PDFs. They're not even taking up. Are these physicals or PDFs?
No, these are PDFs. Yeah.
So you're not taking up space in your house, and your wife will be happy. And it's only $25 for 9 books. I mean, it's not even $3 a book. So why not? And believe it or not, that small sacrifice from your wallet makes a big difference to creators that are struggling and working hard to get out there. So please show some support.
Yes, thank you.
And check out one of the best logos in the love that logo. Animation, Comics, and Entertainment. Check it out. And show some love, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to have to go toilet paper your house, like I said.
Right. Well, I'll send Michael to your house.
Dwayne, it was good having you on again. Yeah, right? Dwayne, it was good having you on. I look forward to seeing number 4 when it comes out. And I will see you next month at Creatorcon. And if you're in the tri-state area, come to Creatorcon and go look for Dwayne and ACE. Okay? Man, have a great night. Thanks for coming on. Hang backstage for a minute because I did want to tell you something. I wanted to talk to you for a minute, all right? So just hang out a few minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again, buddy. So that was Dwayne Robinson Jr., Nightfall, Michael's Awakening, issue 3 with catch-ups 1 and 2 out now, with a whole plethora of other stuff besides merchandise, books from their other books that they've done, as well as a package deal of a bunch of indie books that, you know, are really, I know some of them, and they're really good. So support indie creators, support Dwayne, support ACE, and support Michael Vash. He needs you. All right. Before we go, I just want to let everybody know, I want to remind you, it is my duty. There are 2 things going on that I put the Kickstarter page together for Charles W. Morgan and his Cold Cutter 2 with Cold Cutter 1 catch-up. He's got a Larry Stroman cover, and it's not live yet. It's going live May 1st or 2nd. Where is it? I forget. Anyway, but you're going to want to check it out from 4Speed Studios, okay? You can sign up right now. Hit the link, sign up. It really helps to get a lot of followers. It helps the Kickstarter algorithm. So just please do that. And then the last thing is 2 things. Sorry, actually, real quick. Tragedy Chapter 5 returns. She's been away for 6 months because of some other books I put out. But my girl is back. And she is back and bigger and badder than ever. If you haven't heard or followed Tragedy, get on board now, because she's got a good following and she does really well, and it's a beautiful book and it's fun. And I'm excited. You can sign up right now. And we have like another 12 or 13 covers as usual. The trailer's on the way. And oh, the internet. Look at this. Kickstarter exclusive this cover. We're going to have a Glow in the Dark cover. We're going to have a lava foil cover. And if we have some original sketch cover art, Zealot versus Tragedy, Taskmaster versus Breath of the Dragon, Elektra versus Tragedy, Breath of the Dragon versus Deathstroke the Terminator, Envu did Tragedy, Michael Gerlich did Breath of the Dragon, J.M. DeSantis did Tragedy, and we have catch-up as well. Ian Churchill cover, Tyler Kirkham cover, Mike DeBalfo cover, Jose Luis, Alex Sinclair cover, Jimbo Saldago and Alex Sinclair cover. I have a Bill Sienkiewicz cover coming soon for Tragedy, a Chris Picciolo cover. We have Will Spatasio covers. We have a ton of stuff. This is the Fillable Publishing Bundle. I'll show you all this more in depth later on. It's going to be a fantastic campaign. We have a tri-fold cover, like the old X-Men #1 issue that sold the most, 1 million copies of Jim Lee. This would be the back, this would be the front, and this will be the fold-out piece. So it's a tri-fold cover, guys. I'm excited, looking forward to it. We got some awesome covers, and we're not playing around. So come on out and check this bad boy out, this bad girl out, because you're going to love it. This is a great, great book. Chuck Dixon, Howard Mackey, and Peter David say it's a well-written book. So I dare you to tell them they're wrong. Buy it and find out. Then we got my books, The Dynamics, my prose book, The Devil's in the Details, and Withered, which just wrapped up and is still in production right now. So we got some great stuff. We got art books from all the artists that I represent. And we've got goodies, art, stickers, prints, shot glasses with Steph Wilson art. You can make it a virgin or a foil. So we've got original art tiers, and here are some samples from the quality of art that you can get. So yeah, come on out. Please click the link. I'll drop it in the chat. Please click the link. Campaign. It helps a lot. And last but not least, my webpage is here. Now, for those of you who know, I'm an art rep. I'm a convention owner and runner. I'm a publisher, and I do my live streams. So I have a lot going on, and it's all here, including a shop. But here's the other thing. Digital Indie Alley. for a very small monthly fee, I sell, kind of like a Netflix, indie books, digital PDF versions of people's indie books. Because you're paying a very small monthly fee, I take no money from your sales. On top of that, besides getting the sales, getting out there, I am gathering an email list for you, because when they buy the PDF, I have to get the email to send it to. So I give you an email list, you get the money that you sell, and I'm pushing this page on everything. So with pushing the page, I'm pushing Digital Indie Alley, and your book is getting seen. And just so you know, I will feature an indie artist every month on this front page here. There'll be a project spotlight, especially if you have a Kickstarter going on. We will highlight the Kickstarter here, and we will promote you, all for a very small fee. If you're interested, DM me on Facebook, and let's get your book up here. We have more people that are going to be putting books up. I just haven't received them yet, but it's going to be worth it. I also have partnered with someone who has an app. So it's $20 a month, or $55 if you lock in for 3 months. And I will push this link in every book that I sell, at every show, on every live stream, all my Kickstarters. I will highlight your project. You could be the project of the month, and your Kickstarters. I will sell the PDF. I will get you an email list based on, all the people that are buying, to help grow your business for simply $20 a month, or $55 for 3 months. If you want the app, it's $10 extra for the app, or it's going to be $25 locked in for 3 months. And we push for you. We market for you. We campaign for you. We put you in everything, because let's face it, pushing Digital Indie Alley is also getting people to my website. So it's a mutual thing. I'm going to work hard to get them to my website, and I'm going to work hard to get them to see your book. So if you're interested, DM me and reach out, because you could have your book on the page and grow a mailing list. All right. So that's about it. Also, I just want one more thing with the publishing. I put the submission guidelines up. If you're looking to submit creator-owned properties that you will keep the rights to but have it published, we can talk. There's a submission. Follow the rules and submit. I will be going through distribution soon, so this isn't just Kickstarters. I will be going into comic stores. All righty. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for checking that out and hanging out with me. Thanks for coming out to see me and my guest, Dwayne. I'm going to remind you one last time. Please go check Nightfall, Michael's Awakening. He's 72% funded. He needs your love and your support to continue going. Really cool werewolf, magical mysticism, supernatural tale. He's got different takes on the werewolf world, and it's about family. And just go check it out. See for yourself. They're $5 books and $3 PDFs, guys. You can't go wrong. Give it a shot. I mean, look at the art. Beautiful art. Look at that. That's fantastic. Okay. The link will be dropped again. It is dropped in here. It's Nightfall, Michael's Awakening. Issue 3 is the new campaign, but you have catch-ups for 1 and 2. Thank you to my guest. Thanks for everybody that comes out and hangs with us. And I'm going to leave you with what I always leave you with. Be legendary and have fun storming the castle.